Since we probably won't have time before we play, we can watch the match while I ask you the questions.
Yeah, let's go.
Sweet.
We'll do a little commentary, do a few questions.
Let's get the mic a little closer to you.
That's what I'm here for.
Let me pull my.
I was completely not prepared for this, so
Well, that's good.
you're gonna get very candid questions.
Let me pull up my document of questions.
And if it involves embezzlement, I swear,
You have to talk to my attorney.
to talk to my attorney. Yes, please. It's blaring in my ear.
Oh, really? Oh, I was like, what?
I can't hear it at all.
I didn't know if you had the thing on the stream. All right.
All right.
Yeah. All right. So, when did you first get involved in BLS? And were you the first person?
Was I the first person? No, I was not the first person. I think I responded to a Reddit post. May have been from Shags. At the time, it was only Tuesday.
Yeah.
And I want to say they were in probably season 3 or 4. And honestly, it's been so long now, and I'm feeling bad not remembering. But it was the infamous expansion season,
Yes,
where we went to or we went at the time. I mean, I was just joining. They went from I want to say 16s to 12.
Wow. Yeah, I actually have questions about that. Yeah.
And it looked really good, and we were gonna have a lot of fun. I went through 3 teams in that season. First 2 weeks, both my teammates quit. Moved to another team, both my teammates quit. Finally finished the season. Had a really good playoff run. It was a good time.
Nice. Sweet. And then, so what is your current role in the league?
So right now I do pretty much ownership of the threes portion of the league, and then I also manage the funds. So we try to sit there and support a lot of our league giveaways and our league, prizes and things like that. And so we've got a couple of us that contribute directly to the league, and so manage those funds. If anybody's really looking to help support BLS, we've got a Patreon account. Don't have to do it all the time, but it really helps us out. It goes directly back to the gamers and myself. But yeah, I run the treasury portion, help write a lot of the rules and stuff. Haven't really touched them in a while. We probably need to update them.
Yeah. Well, Shag did a little addition to the Tuesday.
Little addition.
Yeah, last season, I think.
But yeah, just an overall supporter and constant argumentative person with Shags because we never agree on anything.
That's funny. Yeah. Well, I mean, you might disagree, but you guys do get along. So
Yeah. No, it's all friendship and fun.
Yeah,
So.
that's what. Ever since I joined the dev team, it's all. Yeah, that's kind of what it's been. I mean, even when I was a league player, that's how it is.
And being that we're also separate to it, and I mean, I think there's some relationships with you and Banger.
Yeah.
And then a couple other people, and maybe Dazzy and some others. But yeah, I mean, being a bunch of randoms and creating a community.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that we keep this up. I mean, we have our core groups and people come and go, but it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's been cool. I've been able to see some players come back into the fold a little bit. Like Brava came back for a season. Crazy Mick came back for a season. Some of the people who I was first with, who I played with, or Craze, of course, is the person that got me into streaming. I just come back for a season.
Craze asked a question. I was like, "How do you not know who I am, Craze?" The infamous Kronos Azureus.
He's probably just pulling your leg.
I'm just pulling.
So, do you have a favorite roster that you've been on? Favorite squad?
Favorite roster? Man, my most fun team was probably Zona and Zeta.
Oh,
I want to say we had a 3. I think I had a really bad draft position that season, so I knew I wasn't going to really be able to create a good team. This is when we weren't doing the balance leagues and everything.
Zona Zeta, that was season 8, right? No, it was a 3 season.
It was a 3 season.
It was season 5.
It was one of the earlier seasons.
Okay, well, it might have. Okay,
yeah.
I just remember there was a 3 season that I was in where Zona was Zeta, but it could have been earlier on.
They may have teamed up before that too,
Probably.
but they were always like the Z brothers, Z Bros.
Well, that makes sense then.
But really great, great group of guys to play with. A couple shout outs, I guess, would be obviously my current team. You know, love playing with them. Who else? Septic. Always a great guy to play with.
Yeah.
The infamous
lighthearted.
first 3 seasons where Shags and I were on there with, oh my god, I can't remember her name, something Panda or something, but it was literally like a bunch of champs and GCs, and then you had Shags and I with another diamond player trying to compete with everybody, and it was a great time, but some of the hardest matches I've ever played. But
Nice.
that's mostly for 3s. For 2s, I did take a hiatus for like a season or 2 when I was changing up. You know, everybody's still been pretty similar. I got to play with Meat once. Really always enjoy playing matches with him.
Yeah. It's
And
fun.
I wish we could be more. You know, we do the majors minors with 2s, so it's hard to play with a couple of the A and B players.
Yeah.
But, and Rebel Rouser's taking the win there.
Very nice.
I think it's 2-2. I
Yeah,
think,
all tied up.
All but hopes for the Cavaliers have gone down the drain.
But I mean, you guys are still second place.
Yeah, still second place.
Secure.
Yeah, I
the
think
playoffs.
now we just have to play the Aces
tough.
eventually.
So let's see here. So when did BLS like originally start? 2018, you'd say probably, or I mean, you said you came in around season 3, so like
Yeah, like season 3 of 2s, and then was that 2018?
so that's what Shag said when I asked him about it because I wanted to do. I made this poster. Let me see behind me.
Established in 2008. Yeah, I want to say. Let me think. Like, yeah.
That's just what he told me. So that's what I was just curious.
I was living in Charleston, 2018. It was probably in like the fall of 2018 is when I joined.
Nice.
We were actually probably knocking out seasons pretty quickly at that time. Where we've now gotten to the rotation where I think we do about 2-3 seasons and 2 seasons a year.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Usually there's like a month and a half break between, sometimes less, but yeah.
Yeah, we've had some long hiatus. We had a long hiatus one time where I don't think we played like for a good month or 2.
That's it. Yeah, that was probably like recent.
I think it's been about 2 seasons now since that happened. But
Gotcha.
yeah, I think everybody just got busy all at one moment. We had to.
Yeah. So where do you like see BLS in like let's say 2 years? So like 2024, like where do you want the league to expand? Like what's your vision for?
I mean,
Boost League
expansion's
soccer going
always
into?
great because
Yeah.
I mean that means more people.
Definitely.
I'd love to see more people. Do we have the infrastructure yet? I don't know. You know, like
Yeah.
we're all a bunch of content creators, and we put in our free time to do this. I don't think we're ever going to be like MLE or anything like that, or a really high volume league. But I'd like to see a couple more teams, maybe a couple more events. We had that recent. Your recent hoops tourney and stuff with Clueless Llama. I love the fact that you and Llama are pairing up a lot to do some things like that.
Yeah, it was fun.
We did our little fundraiser for the Ukrainian stuff, which was really great. Saving the pets. So yeah, I mean,
Awesome.
I'd like to get a few more. Just build the core, right? Like I mean. People do come and go, but I mean, if we can build just a bigger group of
Regulars,
like-minded people that just enjoy playing Rocket League, I mean, nobody likes to solo queue.
True.
So
Yeah, it's the
why-
worst.
That's why we play it.
It's the worst.
That's why we play in a league. It's why our egos want to upgrade the rank, but the solo queue is so soul-defying.
All right, so that was pretty much all the BLS. Now it's just kind of personal trivia questions. So tell me a little bit about your screen name, Kronos Azureus. So I took a couple years of Latin, and I could kind of depict a little bit. So my guess would, and I'm just going to make a total guess here, is Kronos generally is I see time with the crow, Kronos, and then Azureus is it looks like a declension of blue, like Azul. So my guess.
You don't have to think very hard with
Yeah.
Azurus. Azurus was a really sad part, but
Okay.
yeah. The Kronos part, I felt like I took a lot of thought. I mean, everybody wanted to have a name. I probably started playing video games with the likes of Warcraft 2 and Age of Empires, and those multiplayer lobbies with Microsoft Online.
Yeah. So you wanted like a cool kind of.
So I wanted
name.
a cool name,
Yeah.
and I used to play a game called Masters of Orion 2. I really love real-time turn-based strategies,
yeah.
things like Civilization, and this is like a space galaxy one.
Nice, like StarCraft kind of.
Yeah. Well, I mean, StarCraft's a little more strategy-based, but definitely much more Civilization.
Gotcha. More like civilization building.
Yeah.
Less PvP.
Less. A lot of time to really think about strategy.
Like Empire Earth kind of. Age of Empires.
Who would be a good one I was playing recently? I can't remember the name right now. It's going to escape me. But what I was alluding to is you had to hire like governors in this game, and one of the governors was, this is going to sound very condescending, his name was Kronos. And his skill, he was probably the best governor in the game because he was omnipotent.
What a shot.
What a very good shot. And he was omnipotent, and I'm not sure if anybody, just all-knowing.
Yeah, omnipresent. Yeah.
Omnipresent, And maybe, I was probably a 13-year-old thinking, man, I want to be all-knowing.
Right.
So I took the moniker, I used to go for the longest time, the Kronos 2001. I think that's probably when I started, really heavily playing multiplayer games and stuff. And realized I didn't like that, so I wanted something more memorable. And I picked Azureus because I thought it sounded cool. And I don't know if people remember like LimeWire and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I had
right,
LimeWire,
the P2P. So one of the other popular ones was Azureus. It was an
Actually,
Azureus
I never
P2P.
heard of that. We had LimeWire then Frostwire. That was it for us. Yeah.
And that's where the name came from, and I thought it just rang well with Kronos, and because this is probably maybe 2008 or something, 2009, when people really started playing much more games and being more online, more mobile, and it got harder to find your name, right?
Definitely, yeah.
Like people, you go in there and type your name and be like, who the heck has my name?
Yeah.
Right? So I figured I've never yet to meet somebody that's another Kronos Azureus.
Yeah. Well, that's unique. That's always good. Yeah.
Kronos was popular. And I think the other reason people like Kronos is because it's a Titan.
Yeah. Titan god, yeah. Let's see here. So, what was like the first so I guess you were saying that, but what was like the first kind of game you played on console or PC, or like the first kind of?
Definitely an Xbox kind of person. I mean, I had Nintendo. I'm explaining my age here.
No, I mean, yeah.
I played the Mario.
I had
loved
N64,
Sonic.
so
I mean,
yeah.
I'll tell you right now, the hardest game I ever played in my life was
Mega Man.
Mega Man.
The old school Mega Mans are. I could barely be a level.
I was gonna say the Lion King.
On
Sega Genesis.
SNES the Genesis one. Okay, yeah.
That game, like the antelope stampede scene, was one of the hardest you've ever played.
That's funny.
And people that was when Disney was putting out games with Aladdin and things like that. There was a Tasmanian game I played that was really hard because you couldn't save.
Yeah.
So you had to play the whole game all the way through, and I probably went to my grandma's house because she bought a Sega Genesis for all the grandkids, and
nice.
I would sit in that room for hours playing Sega, and then eventually it went to computer games and strategy games, and so yeah, I mean mostly strategy games are definitely my favorite. Rocket League was very random that I got into because I don't play a lot of sports games, but it's just a very unique high skill game that I think that you could get with practice and stuff.
Yeah, I like the sandbox thing of it. It's just you can just hit the ball,
So
enjoy that.
I don't really do first person shooters and stuff.
Yeah, I only do one or two.
Play a little Destiny. So.
Sweet. Well, I'm going on now. Gonna hop in my Sweet.
So yeah, I appreciate you letting me
Yeah, I'm just gonna
come out and answer a few questions, get to know the admins.
Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, I've been wanting to do a kind of meet the dev team thing.